A former Westminster police officer has been charged with pretending to be disabled while
pretending to be disabled is the worst. You know why? Because I'm a disabled vet, and like, I don't know. I've never been a fan of people who try to defraud the government, because at the end of the day, we always pay for it. This is a police officer who, one, should have known better, and it's your job to uphold the law and not break it. But come on, you pretending to be disabled, that's kind of goofy.
dancing and drinking at a music festival, skiing, even running a 5K. Orange County reporter David Gonzalez live in Westminster on the felony charges she's now facing for the alleged workers' comp fraud. David?
Michelle, we reached out to the Westminster Police Department, but they had no comments. The Orange County District Attorney's Office calls her actions shameful, and they say the real victims are the taxpayers.
For a police officer to engage in that kind of behavior is absolutely disgusting.
Former Westminster police officer Nicole Brown faces serious prison time for allegedly stealing hundreds of thousands in fraudulent workers' compensation payments.
That's actually crazy. Like, I haven't even watched this video. It was just sent to me, but it says $600,000 worth of fraud. How long was she doing this shit for? And that's a large amount of money. I didn't know people get, like, to get $600,000. You had to have been doing this for a long ass time. That's actually crazy. They said that they have footage of her doing activities that she should not have been able to do because of her bogus ass disabilities that she alleged.
After telling her department she was unable to work due to an injury she suffered while on duty in March 2022.
She suffered a small abrasion to her head. She went to the emergency room that day. The doctor cleared her without any restrictions on duty. She took a couple days off after that and then told her department that she had been diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury by a doctor who put her on temporary disability.
The Orange County District Attorney's Office claims Brown collected more than $600,000 tax-free, including all medical bills.
I was just about to say, I don't know. This is kind of weird because I figured the $600,000 included medical bills. But she just told them she suffered from a TBI. Like, normally to do disability fraud, it requires a fraudster, i.e. this ridiculous officer, but it also requires somebody in the medical profession to give you some type of bogus diagnosis, some type of bogus paperwork. So normally when you see these types of program fraud, you will see a kickback going to the provider in exchange for them writing these bogus medical issues in your medical record. So I don't know. I don't know how the hell she did this without a doctor in on it, unless they just took her word for it. And if they did, that's a piss poor system, and a lot of people should probably be fired.
She was engaged in an incredibly active lifestyle where she was running, skiing, going to Disneyland, doing all these things that she said she could not do while she was working as a police officer.
Hey, with a traumatic brain injury, I don't know. I don't know what she put on her paperwork, but you could go to Disneyland with a traumatic brain injury now. Come on. You talk, this is somebody who had brain surgery, had 3 of them. You could go to Disney World with a brain injury, no matter what your level of recovery is. But it'll be interesting to see what was on her paperwork, what procedure codes were actually in her file.
The DA's office launched an investigation after Brown was caught dancing and drinking at Stagecoach Country Music Festival.
Hey, that's a real thing. If you're out there claiming and filing for benefits, I don't care if it's VA benefits, any type of disability compensation from your job, they are going to have people follow you around to see if you are doing things that you should not be doing. So again, you should not file fraudulent claims, but if you are filing fraudulent claims, be prepared to live a life of doing absolutely none of the things that you enjoy, because they are going to follow you. They are going to take pictures of you lifting mad weight in the gym and, at the club, shaking your groove thing, all that.
People who knew that she was on full disability witnessed her behaving in a way that was not consistent with what she was telling her department.
Brown's stepfather, Peter Gregory Schumann, a licensed attorney practicing workers' compensation defense for insurance carriers, is charged with helping his stepdaughter orchestrate the fraud.
Nah, there goes the answer. I was so confused. I was like, yo, her father, who was an attorney, helped her commit this fraud. I should do a story on him. Hey, shout out to her father for helping her be all she can be as a criminal. Shout out to the both of them for being stupid. That's actually shocking. I had no clue that was in that story. That's actually hilarious. I was so confused. Like, how did she pull off this type of program fraud without having someone on the inside? So now I know what happened, okay? Typically, when you have attorneys who practice this type of law for disability compensations, they have a network of doctors. Now, I'm not saying those doctors are sleazy doctors, but some of them do have a network of sleazy doctors who will write you letters and give you diagnosis for compensation. You see it all the time in the VA. In the VA, like literally, I did all of my stuff on my own because I was like, fuck it, I'll just figure it out. But there are people out there who like, yo, if you got a VA claim and you need a letter or something that says that your issue was caused by your service in the military, reach out to our doctors and they'll charge $1,500, $2,000. So now it all makes sense. Her father was an attorney. He probably had a network of physicians he can go to or that he would send his clients to for treatment, probably to run up medical bills with bogus ass diagnosis. He probably utilized those doctors to help finesse the paperwork so his daughter could get $600,000 in finessing benefits for disability when wasn't anything wrong with her. Now, I'm interested to see, I'm sure there'll probably be a few physicians in this as well, but shout out to her for being arrested. Shout out to her father for being arrested. Hey, get them all.
He was representing her at some of the meetings with the department and her case manager, where he was describing what she was prohibited from doing.
Brown is now charged with 15 felonies, including making a fraudulent statement to obtain compensation and making fraudulent insurance benefit claims. Her stepfather is also charged with conspiring and soliciting someone in an unlawful act. And if convicted, Schumann faces 8 years behind bars. If found guilty, she faces up to 22 years in prison. Reporting live in Westminster.
Great story. That's actually a great story. Great story. I hope the attorney, her father, get the full 8 years because he should have known better. And I hope she get every bit of those 22. Trying to finesse the system. That's crazy. The cop had her attorney father to try to finesse the system. I'm gonna tell you, I did not see that one coming. That was interesting. That's how those crimes normally play out. There's normally a third party. There has to be medical documentation. I'm 100% convinced that she got the medical documentation from her father's network of physicians that he probably used to send his clients to because he did disability compensation. Send them all to jail. They're looking at 30 years between them. 8 for the attorney, 12 for the 22 for the police officer, and I think this gonna be an open and shut case. This one gonna be actually easy because all the facts are in the paperwork and in the video footage of her shaking her ass at a country concert. So I don't know. It is what it is. Shout out to stupid people for doing stupid stuff.